right, y'all, we back with another episode of Dawg Talk. I am your host, J-Mac. And of course, y'all, I got my dogs with me. We in Memphis. Really, I got one dog with me. Shout out to KG. KG couldn't make it this week. But I got my dog, Mr. KCP, Mr. Two-time himself, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. How we feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, brother. I'm feeling real good.
Yeah, man. You know? The first time we out in the M, that's what they call it? They call it the M out here?
Yeah.
They call it the M? Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Right,
I'm still new here, so I'm still learning.
I forgot.
So
it's a new season, a new team, and guess what? We got a new teammate on the pod. We got our very first Memphis Grizzlies teammate, man. This guest, he's from the West Coast, man, from Sacramento, California. He's a Washington State Cougar. He was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies in 2024, selected to the first team All-Rookie in year one. Mr. Jaylen Wells, how you feeling, brother? How you feeling?
Feeling good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. How is it just being in Memphis, man? Like, I really want to know because I hear good things about Memphis, some bad things about Memphis. How is it being in the city, man?
Yeah, I love Memphis. I feel like there's a lot of bad narratives about Memphis, but I feel like it's like every city you're gonna find bad parts. Mm-hmm. So just not being in the bad parts, you're gonna be safe. I like where I'm at. I'm not too far from downtown, but I'm still close enough. So
yeah.
But yeah, I like Memphis. I feel like it's a really as far as the basketball community outside of just the NBA, it's a pretty tight knit community.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. Like they did set a bad narrative on Memphis. It's a good city.
Yeah,
I would say. No, from far a lot since I've been here, it's been good to me. Good food for sure.
was it barbecue?
A little bit of everything.
I'm not a big barbecue person.
You not a big barbecue?
It's a little bit of everything out here though.
Yeah,
so I agree with him. It's a little bad narrative on it.
Yeah, outside of basketball, so what do you do? Of course, we know everything. Y'all NBA players. What you do out here?
I used to have no answer to those questions.
I'm about to say there's no answer.
I used to only do basketball, but I started a nonprofit now, so I spend a lot of time with. It's called Sleep Nation. It's basically to put the slept on players into the light. The ones that they probably deserve to be in the light, but they're not there. So a lot of it's like putting them through a pathway. We'll tap into the different communities. We started in Sacramento, and we're taking kids and if they need mental health services, put them to the right trainers, put them to the right coaches. Get them to the right high schools, if they can't afford certain things, we'll help pay for that.
Yeah.
That's big time, man.
It's really about getting them exposure, things like that. So the goal is we want Sacramento to have the best players. You look at Sacramento, they say, oh, they got all the 5 stars coming out of Sacramento. Mm-hmm. So that's our goal is to have that narrative around Sacramento and then bringing it to Memphis. So last couple months, we've been kind of integrated into Memphis. So just trying to do the same thing here.
Trying to just give the kids a voice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's tough. So
that's tough.
Of course, you have your nonprofit going on, and your story. Walk us through that. You're in high school. I read that you didn't start playing varsity till 11th grade. So walk us through your story of just high school recruitment and all.
Yeah, and that's part of what Sleep Nation came from. Is just kind of my story. So, but yeah, I mean, going to high school, I was a freshman. I was 5'8". So I was probably the 16th man on JV. I came in with my best friend. His name was Cody. And really the only reason I made it on JV was because he was making it on JV.
Yeah.
Then they're okay, might as well throw him with him. So I mean, I had a couple good games that year, but didn't really show out too crazy. And then they're okay, next year you're gonna be on varsity, so you better lock in whatever. You're guaranteed to be on varsity next year. And that didn't happen. And then I ended up being the 6th man on the JV team my sophomore year.
Yeah. And
I was behind all the freshmen. They're trying to groom the freshmen to play varsity next year. I feel like a lot of people in that situation kind of left to transfer. I was I just got to put my head down. I know I'm in the right place. The head coach wants to win, so if I'm a winner, I'm gonna be on the floor.
Yeah.
So I went from being the 6th man on JV that year to starting every single game my junior year on varsity. I was 6'2" that year.
Man,
decent year, you know, like average like 9-10 points.
So good growth spurt though.
Yeah, I'm over here like when you said 5'8" freshman year.
Yeah, so
I was 5'8" freshman year, and I ended up graduating 5'11". So I'm like, damn, what?
Yeah, so I was 5'8" my freshman year, 5'11" my sophomore year, 6'2" my junior year, and then COVID happened at the end of that year, and that's probably the hardest I ever worked in my life. You know, I feel like a lot of people didn't use that opportunity because you didn't know when COVID was going to end. So but that was probably the hardest I ever worked in my life. I grew to 6'6". I was playing point guard my senior year. That average I went from averaging 9 points to like 27 and 8. So yeah, but then like I come from a pretty good school. It's a pretty like competitive school. So like people who average 27 and 8 usually they're going D1. They got a whole bunch of offers, but I only had 2 or 3 D2 offers. Which is one was Sonoma State, which is like probably the greatest decision I made in my career was going to Sonoma State. Just having a place that like they invested in me.
Gave you opportunity.
Yeah, gave me opportunity. Was able to grow as a person. So I did 2 years there. My freshman year we went 3-25. So
wow.
So it was a lot of losing. But I think I learned a lot that year. Mm-hmm. And then my sophomore year we went like 14-14. Won the first game of the conference tournament, which for us that was like going to March Madness,
right?
Like, win a national championship. So then and then I went in the transfer portal there, and like that school helped me. Like they're like, yeah, like we don't have the resources here for you. Like you need to go somewhere else.
That's real.
Yeah. So they're probably my biggest supporters in the transfer portal. Ended up at Washington State. Started the year with an injury, so I didn't really play that much, but I just slowly got more and more playing time. I just like finding a role. Then we went to March Madness, won the first game. It's probably the greatest experience, basketball experience.
Felt like you won another national championship.
Right.
That, yeah.
Especially Washington State, like they've been there since it's like 15, 16 years. You know, Klay Thompson was there.
Yeah.
So just winning a game, like the whole city, behind us.
Who's that first matchup?
Drake.
Drake. Okay.
We played Drake, and then we played Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
We was up on Iowa State. We should have won, but
yeah.
I'm just thinking about this tournament experience. I never got a chance.
Oh yeah. His old teammates say it's his fault that they didn't go to the NCAA tournament when he was in college because the coach wanted to. Hey, give him the ball. That's it.
The coach did not do that. Don't.
That's what I've heard.
Okay, all right, another story. But no, they didn't do that.
I wouldn't say no.
I wouldn't say like you gonna pass me the ball. Why not shoot it? Right?
They said, hey, the ball has to touch him and he has to fire up a shot. That's what they told me. So
okay,
it is what it is.
Probably got him to the league. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Hey,
it did. I had it like that year. I won SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah. Going back to like your high school. So did you play AAU? Were you on any shoe teams? Like how was that?
Yeah, once I got to high school, I played on a team called Rose City Ballers. Mm-hmm. It was small. We weren't on a circuit. Actually, I think we were on like Silver Gauntlet Adidas. I think something like that. I don't know. But it wasn't like a big sponsored like shoe team. It was just a local team. But like I just randomly they DM'd me one day. I just randomly went to the tryout. I was just like, all right, like this is it.
Yeah. Because I'm just thinking about, like, you say you only had two or three offers. Yeah. So I'm just like, you're 26, 27 point per game player. Like, do you think you were just, like, overlooked, like, during your recruiting process?
Yeah, a little bit. And then I think COVID had something to do with it. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, like, before COVID, no one really knew who I was. So I didn't really start hooping and playing that well until after COVID. So, I mean, no one was really, especially in California. California, everything was shut down. So,
oh, yeah.
Like,
not for the Lakers.
No, not for him, man. It was crazy. I remember I went out there to visit him. It was right after everything shut down. Yeah. They were still practicing at Sierra Canyon. Mm-hmm. Still practicing and getting shots up.
We did it the right way though. The league couldn't do anything. It was just, we made sure we did it through their protocols. Everybody got tested. The rapid test. We had our little nurse there or whatever. She did all the testing.
Mm-hmm. But you couldn't practice at the facility?
You had to find somewhere to practice. I mean, like for us, COVID had hit. And then just like you said, it just stopped everything. And that was a season, we was on the verge of like just we did win the championship, but like that regular season, man, probably the best season of a start I've ever had in my career. And COVID hits, and they talking about shutting the league down. When in our mind, we got a championship on our mind. It's like nothing else matters.
Yeah,
and that's what happened, because we eventually knew the league was gonna come back. They were gonna find a way. It wasn't really gonna shut down unless it was like, they had to. But like for us doing that and then them finding a way, months later, we was already still locked in. Everybody else was trying to build that chemistry back or like get back into the basketball mode, and we was already stuck in it.
So y'all was practicing on your own time?
Yeah.
It was like no coaches, no nothing. We group chat.
Who getting in the gym today?
That was it.
Yeah, I mean when you guys look at the bubble, you see they just ran through the bubble. So it's like you can see who was actually still putting in work, and then who came to the bubble and didn't.
They ended up almost shutting it down again in the bubble.
Oh yeah,
and I think it was like it had to do something with something that happened in Milwaukee at the time.
Oh, was it George Floyd?
I want to say it was. It was something like that. And they were about to shut the league down again, and
yeah,
we were still locked in.
Mm-hmm. Going back to your college, man. So you went from Sonoma to Washington State. Like, of course, that's a big jump. You're a D2, then you had a Power 5, D1. So what made you like that year? Like, okay, you're averaging 12 points per game. What made you that year like, okay, I'm going to come out and declare?
It's actually crazy because when I was going to like make a decision to declare, I only had one opportunity. Was like, okay, like you're probably gonna go undrafted, and we'll sign you for a two-way. And with that one opportunity, I was like, all right, let's do it.
Oh, so you was just logged in from there.
Gotcha. I was like, all right, like if that's what I got to sign. Like I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
I wasn't really making a lot of NIL money anyways. So I never really was playing basketball for money. So, making whatever, what is it, like 600,000 up to it?
Yeah, something like that.
So that to me was like, it's like,
shoot, let me go get
$10
that.
million.
Yeah.
Right.
But I always just believed in myself. I always believed that, going to the NBA, just environment was going to make me better as a player. And that was what I was more focused on, was like, where am I going to get better at? I feel like if I was in the college system, I probably would have got better, but I just didn't feel like it would have been the same.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about, your stats and everything after that year at Washington State. You probably would have got a bag too, though. Like, in my eyes, you probably would have got a bag.
No, my agent was working. He was working
I'm just thinking about it because, you look at the guys nowadays, they're averaging 12, 15 points per game. The amount of money now is ridiculous. I mean, of course, back then it's still.
No, I would have made more money going back to college than I made from my rookie year.
Of course, your whole life, it seems like you're overlooked. You go into the draft process. How was that like whole journey for you? Like,
So my pre-draft, I did 23 draft workouts. So I was gone from.
I was about to ask you how many you did. Oh man,
you
did all 23?
I did all 23. Yeah. 23. I did probably 20 teams, and I did 3 of them same back to back,
like 2 times. Okay.
But it was fun though. Just traveling for basketball for free. They giving you per diem.
Right.
And I mean, that's like, what do you like? That's kind of like the dream, To be able to travel for free for basketball, meeting all these different people. You're going into the gym, you're seeing the stars of that team. Mm-hmm. And it's like job interviews,
Yeah.
I would prefer that job interview over any other job interview.
Yeah.
So obviously you killed your workouts too. I mean, you went from being projected not drafted to you were drafted. So obviously you did what you had to do.
Workout works, man.
I think my first workout was Sacramento Kings. Mm-hmm. And I thought I was going back to college after that.
It was a bad workout.
It was bad. It was bad. Like I couldn't play defense. I couldn't dribble.
It was nervous.
And it was against guys that were supposed to be undrafted too. So it was a bad look. And then I walked in the room, and he was basically just like, "Yeah, you can't play defense."
Damn, just like that.
So a coach just told you, yeah, you can't play defense.
Like, I feel like with your body and your length, like I feel like you should be able to play defense. But today, you just showed you couldn't play defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think it was a lot of just like nerves and being in that environment in general.
Yeah.
Especially Sacramento's hometown team. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So and those workouts, were there guys that were drafted higher than you, and you're like, man, I probably should have been drafted higher than these guys.
Nah, I don't really care about that, to be honest. Yeah. My main goal is just getting a roster spot, honestly.
Don't be modest.
You can say what you want.
Because as I look at it now,
yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, this is a dog.
I should have went higher than a couple of guys in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
It all works out in the end.
It does. You know, you're right. I wasn't complaining either.
You just wanted that opportunity, but yeah,
that's all.
Now we look at it too. It's like, you know, going into year 2, we've seen the growth. Now, like I was at y'all's preseason game the other day. I'm like, hey, this man's a dog. So, but we like the humbleness. We like the humbleness. But anyway, going into year 1, like how was year 1 for you in Memphis?
I mean, it was great. I mean, it exceeded all my expectations. I didn't really expect to be playing or starting, you know. So I mean, but I always had the mindset like I'm gonna be a winning, like contributing player regardless. So whether I was on the bench, playing G League, whatever it was. But when I had the opportunity to play, you know, I knew I was ready for it. But yeah, everyone expected me to kind of be in the G League the whole year.
No, sir.
You didn't even go to the G, did you?
Nah. But yeah, I mean, all my goals. I think that made me learn like all my goals that I set for that year. Like, and for the next year, it need to be 10 times higher than what I expected. Because I mean, I exceeded all my goals by far. So you know, now this year, like, I hope I don't reach my goals.
You say you hope you don't reach your goals.
Yeah,
that's a good goal to have. Not to reach your goals. That's a good goal. Who did you like?
I mean, you can always make new ones.
Yeah.
That's what I do every year, you know.
So what is your goal for year 2? Like what are your goals that you hope to not reach your goals?
I don't want to say.
Okay,
I don't want to say.
Write them down. Just read them. I forget what year there was year 10 for me, and I was making new rules. I knew new goals, and I wrote them down, took a picture, and I made it my screensaver, so I know I reached everyone.
Yeah, that's the power. When you write it down, it seems like they always come true too. Most of the time, in my opinion, when I write down
yeah, for sure.
Nah, that's tough. So in year 1, who did you like lean into? I know you guys were a younger team. Like who was that guy or a couple guys who who you lean on? Yeah,
definitely Trip for sure. He was always looking out for me. And I think we had like a little relationship just because we were always in the pick and roll together. So we had to be on the same page.
Right.
And we was going through the same struggles. So definitely Trip. And then Marcus Smart. Marcus, he's a great defender. So that's what I was watching. You know, the way he moves, the way he gets through screens, the way he, might steal the ball or, stuff like that.
Definitely great, yeah.
Yeah. And then he always had my back. Like, someone do an offensive foul against me, like, Marcus go and get on the ref. Mm-hmm. Like, Marcus probably not even playing. He was probably in the street clothes, and he's at half court yelling at the ref.
Yeah.
So he always had my back. So
for sure.
I really appreciated that, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up then, man. Like, of course, I know he told me he's the oldest one on the team now, so, I mean, he told me the other day he's the oldest one on the team, so I know he's going to be,
I got him. I'm more chill than Marcus with the refs, but, like, I got you, though.
Nah, you got a little feisty last year. I ain't going to lie with the refs. You got
last year.
You got a little feisty with them.
Yeah, because that team was a lot younger.
Yeah.
It was a lot of, like, it was just me out there, really, talking to the refs and stuff. Mm-hmm. But now, like, I got a little bit more older guys, like some veteran guys, Ty, Trip, Cha, that can also talk to the ref.
Yeah.
I can talk to the team.
Like, going back to, like, your whole year 1, you made the Rising Stars game. How was that whole experience for you, man?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And like I said, like, setting higher goals.
Yeah.
I don't think that even was a goal for me. I think my goal was, like, be in a rotation. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, experiencing that. I mean, and we got to play in the All-Star game too. So, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, just that whole weekend, like, and it kind of makes me like realize how much of a business basketball or the NBA is. Like, you're going there not really for basketball. You're really going there for the media.
Yeah, appearances.
Yeah, appearances, going to different companies and stuff like that. And then you finally get to play the game for 2 hours.
Yeah. But it's a great networking, platform. Like you said, like a lot of business that's there. Mm-hmm. You can get endorsements from, or connections. So it's definitely a great opportunity. I wish I took a full advantage of mine when I was there.
Oh, you talking about when
I did go, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man. I know, that whole weekend, like you said, it's crazy and everything. Would you say that's the most memorable part of year one for you, or what's the most memorable moment of your rookie year?
Yeah, it's probably Rising Stars.
Yeah.
Honestly, my first start. I think my first start was probably the most memorable. Mm-hmm. Play the Bucks. Then I was like, all right, you got to guard Dame.
Well, how was that?
I did a great job. I think he had 2 or 4 points.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think for that, at that moment, you go into that game and it's like, okay, I'm about to guard Dame. All my boys are watching at home. Dame might do something crazy. I might end up on House of Highlights or something. And then you go through it, and when you're in the game, you don't really think about it. You're not thinking oh, it's Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
He's number 0. Mm-hmm.
That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
Person with a jersey,
But yeah, I think that kind of just proved to me I can.
Yeah, I remember seeing the clip on. I think it was on TikTok. I think you hit a 3 in Bron's face, and he patted your fro. I know that had to be you were warmed up as as a kid. We all like Bron and all that. How was that moment for you?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think I rarely have moments where I lose that I'm not locked in.
Yeah,
because as soon as the ball goes to the hoop, I'm on defense. Mm-hmm. I'm picking up full. So. That was probably the one moment I let up for a second.
Just smiled.
A second.
Just smiled a little bit. No, that's good.
No, I know I probably would have been oh shoot, Bron just touched my hair.
He don't even remember our first moment. Remember Bron? I was at his camp, very first camp at his in Akron, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Got a picture with him. So 2000, I want to say, what year he come to LA? 18, I want to say. Media day, I pulled out my phone and showed him this picture. He was like, no fucking way. It's literally I was high school, I want to say, maybe, elementary school. And now I'm sitting here on the team with him.
Yeah.
That was my most memorable moment, as far as meeting my idol, and then also being able to play with him at the same time, so.
Did you have someone that you actually looked up to in the league that you tried to model your game after growing up?
Yeah, I'll answer. But first, I think I was playing Taj Gibson in the preseason. I was just wow, about 10 years ago, I was playing 2K with Taj Gibson.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I didn't know
good
because we didn't do scout for the game. It was a preseason game, and I was I was Taj Gibson. I'm guarding Taj Gibson right now. It's crazy. But my favorite player of all time has always been Dwayne Wade. So, and I've always been a smaller guard when I was younger. So, the way he played as he was a bigger person, he was 6'8". So, I liked how he played, and then modeling my game after someone. Say Jimmy Butler. Just because I feel I'm a pretty simple game. I don't like to be flashy. And I feel Jimmy Butler's that way. Mm-hmm. He's just out there to get the job done.
Yeah,
he's gonna score in any way possible.
I can kind of see that though. When you driving, your footwork too. I can see Jimmy in that a little bit. Of course, you shoot better than Jimmy too, but for sure, you shoot way better though. But I can see that though, that part of that your game that. But yeah, going forward in year one, of course. Man, you sustained an injury at the end of year one. Mentally, how were you after that? That injury because it's right before the playoffs too.
I was fine.
Yeah, of course. On the media, it makes it look so. Of course, you saw the play.
Yeah, I think the first couple of days, when I first because I was unconscious, so I gained conscience, and then and I was dang, my wrist is hurting.
Yeah,
and then they checked it out. And they're you'll be out, for the rest of the season. That was probably that moment was probably. The hardest moment of the year, just hearing that, I can't finish the season. That was really the only thing I was thinking about. Okay, I got this concussion.
Yeah, you just shaking off.
That's all right. Yeah. I'll be back by playoffs. Whatever. But then when I heard that, I was dang, it's really it for my season.
Yeah, man. I was seeing that live. It was crazy. Like, because of course we know what happened. Like, you know, we don't know if you knocked out, and you know what I mean. But you know, just to hear how mentally you were doing, you're like, all right, it's fine, man. Now that just shake it off, get ready for summer league, get ready for the next year.
Yeah, I'm just blessed I didn't have to do surgery.
Yeah,
I didn't have to do any type of surgery or injections or anything. So
that's good. That's good.
And nothing's lingering now. All I got left is a scar. So
yeah,
blessed for that.
Yeah,
a little war wound. That's all.
Yeah, a little war wound. Yeah. So of course we in year 2 right now. We got some new pieces around. A lot of guys that are hurt right now. So like, how are you approaching this season right now?
I think it's gonna be honestly I think I'm approaching like just open minded. I think it's gonna be a lot of different scenarios for me that didn't have last season. Having the ball in my hand a lot more, and I think it's gonna be a really season filled like ups and downs. Just as far as I'm doing things that I didn't really have the opportunity to do last year, and like I'm playing against the best players in the world, so you can't just go from staying in the corner the whole time, and now you coming off ball screens. So I think there's definitely going to be a lot of growing pains. But that's why we work on it. I think you gotta fail before you have success.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of the main thing is not being scared to go out there and fail.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say
I think you're ready.
Yeah.
Just by seeing the preseason games.
Yeah,
you're ready for sure.
I was gonna say y'all went through a whole stint last year too. It was like when Paulo and Franz went down, and
but that was just 2 guys though.
Mm-hmm.
But
when you think
you got 7,
y'all have 7 right now?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, Tripp is back, Ja's back, but still, we're gonna at least play. Start the season. It's gonna be at least 35 to 40 minutes. It's okay, Jalen. Just get ready.
That's what I was doing.
Speed Kid was like, I was about to say he's prepared us for this moment.
Last year I used to walk into that locker room on game day, see the jerseys not in people's locker. I'm like, oh wow, he's not playing today.
Yeah. This is where
murder ball come into play. Hey, just get ready. Put your running shoes on.
But you can't, cause like who gonna sub in?
You better not get in foul trouble.
They ain't like getting foul trouble. Like now we in a whole bunch of trouble.
Yeah.
Man,
I know you were talking about cameras and everything. You do photography?
I don't do photography. I get into like editing. Like I used to, when I was younger. I don't even want to put this out there, but when I was younger, I used to do like we used to do like little skits on Instagram with me and my friend. He used to have a YouTube channel. But like recently, I've been getting like editing, and for like Sleep Nation, we have like a content side. So, and then we have a little content team. And they've taught me about like some cameras and stuff. Shout out to Trip. Trip got me a Sony FX3. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Shout out to Trip, man. We're on my Christmas gift trip.
Yeah, I was wondering because I know you and your pops were talking about the camera, so I was like, let me ask him about like what's going on with this.
I have it set up. We have a nice little studio.
Yeah, appreciate you pulling up on us, man.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Make sure y'all support Wednesday, season opener. Come out.
Come on,
need you to turn up with us, Memphis.
We need the whole city, man. But anyway, yes, appreciate you pulling up on us, man. Of course, we're gonna have Grizzlies players all season long. We're gonna have new things, new content, everything like that. You're gonna see me, KCP, KG. No, he's not here, but he'll be here. But yes, man, appreciate you. And of course, y'all can like, share, subscribe. Find us on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. It's KCP and J-Mac. We out of here.